So for a new product, how you will go through, or how you will plan or develop this type of new system? Questions may vary from user to user. Not possible. Yeah. No, that question answering system is different. A railway inquiry means you have a dynamic information. Your question answering system is like a dynamic, based on dynamic information. But here you are using static information for variable questions. For example, mobile or railway inquiry system says that after beep, put 1 if you want to know this, put 2 if press 2 if you want to. Yes, this is a recording system. But suppose you want some other question, then you have to wait for a long time. So automated question answering system will answer directly your question. So this is the main goal. That's why this is a new and highly demanding research area. They want to automate all such kind of business process. So any new idea? Any idea? Suppose you are launching a mobile phone and you have to set up a such kind of automated system for question answering. Then what you will do? First you will write complete manual for each part of your mobile phone. What type of problems occurs, what may be the reason, everything you have to write clearly. Means you have complete documentation regarding mobile phone. And what will be the next step? This is your database, static database. Based on that database, you have to answer. Because in call center also, first they trained their employees by giving the manuals or information about company. After that, they started answering the questions of any customer. So system also use same process. So first stage is complete text manual, and after that if you no, the problem is if you apply the query based search for every question, then you have to access entire database for every question. And suppose your database size is very high, then you will be in trouble. Your answering time will be very high. No, I said this is one step forward. This is one forward step after search engine. So now the role is search engine. First identify the document where such information is available. Search engine will reduce this burden to just check every document that whether it contains answer or not. It will give you some set of 5-10 documents which may contain the answer. Now what is the next task? No, not just you have to answer in the form of text. First you have to analyze the question, and then based on the extracted documents through intermediate searching facility, you have to retrieve the appropriate answer. So this is the basic process. All the question answering system developed till now apply the same process. Only the difference is how to extract the answers from a fixed number of retrieved documents. So the next part is, actually we can divide the entire question answering system into two parts, factoid based question answering system or non-factoid based question answering system. So in this slide I will go through the factoid based question answering system. Actually it is widely studied task in question answering. It is a fast growing research area, already said, bring together researchers from information retrieval, information extraction and NLP. Actually it combines the knowledge of all such areas. You have some idea about NLP also, natural language processing. Document retrieval, time and named entity expression recognition, etc. You have to know all those things also. Now the important points are basic factoid questions like when X was born, in what year did Y take place. Some more complex type of questions like definition questions like who is Hillary Clinton, what is DNA. This is entity type questions. List questions means list the countries that have won the World Cup. Next is scenario based question answering, like answer the question about relation between entities mentioned in the scenario. And why type questions like why sky is blue, why do we laugh, etc. Now how to evaluate? Suppose you develop the complete system. Now the task is to evaluate the accuracy of your machine generated answer. Then how can you evaluate? There are two evaluation processes. The first is, actually it is used by some information retrieval contest like track and Cliff. Cliff is a European information retrieval related contest and track is organized by NIST of USA. It uses the parameters like correct. So what do you understand about correctness of any answer? This is general sense of correctness, whether it contains the required information that you want or not. First is unsupported. Actually in their contest they just say that identify the document ID which contains the particular answers. So here they check that whether it is supported or unsupported, means either the document ID was missing or wrong, or supported documents contains the answer or answer is missing, or inexact, whether the extracted answers are exact or not, incorrect. Now this is the mathematical technique to identify the correctness of the answer. This is called mean reciprocal rank. To understand the mean reciprocal rank, you have to go through an example. Suppose a human annotated answers contains best answer for any given question like A1, A2, A3, and then identify that this is the best answer for any given question. But machine cannot identify the single answer. What it generally do? It ranks the entire answers. So machine will answer like that. Machine generated answer will contains like answer A4, answer A1 and then answer A2, like that. Then how you can calculate the mean reciprocal rank? Then in best case machine will show that this is the answer or these are the set of answers, just read first three answers, you will get the accurate answer, because accuracy is still 30-40%. So here is your correct answer, which match with human annotated answer. Now how to calculate the mean reciprocal rank? First you have to calculate the reciprocal rank. Means this is first answer, this is a main answer, and what is rank of that answer in your retrieved answer? It is 2. So what is the reciprocal rank? 1 by 2. Now what is the mean reciprocal rank? Suppose you have 10 questions, then your machine will generate, suppose your machine generates 10 answers for each questions. Then you have to calculate the reciprocal rank like calculated here for each questions, and then you have to calculate the mean, means 1 by 2 plus something for all 10 questions divided by 10. This is the equal formula. Here n is equal to 10. So this is the process to calculate the mean reciprocal rank, and this is the most standard way to calculate or evaluate the question, any question answering system. Yeah. No. Actually, this is answer. This is human annotated answer. But your system generated 3 answers or 10 answers, depends upon the number of answers you are going to generate, and that human annotated answers rank in your answer, machine generated answer is second. Then your reciprocal rank will be 1 by 2. Means system has half capacity to generate the correct answer, 50% capacity, like that. And by taking average you will get the mean reciprocal rank. So this is the criteria. Clear? Now some brief overview of question answering system. Each system is given in a given document collection, a set of training question, a gold standard answer set, and a set of testing questions. They provide such kind of things. I already discussed such kind of things with machine learning, that you should have a gold standard data already labeled, and a test data, and some data for validation. A typical question answering system usually employs pipeline architecture that claims together 3 main modules. Actually, we can divide the entire question answering system into 3 modules. I already discussed that first part will be the analysis of question. Second part will be identification of the document, means less number of documents, so that you can process very fast. You can get very fast processing. And then extract the answer from that less number of documents. So this is the general architecture. All question answering system follow this architecture. This is general pictorial representation of general architecture. Your question like this is, and then question classification and pre-processing. You have to identify the terms generally used in question, so that you can identify the appropriate document, and you can easily retrieve the answer. So after identification of terms in given question, for example, suppose a question is who is Hillary Clinton, then your question classification will be like who. What type of question? Who means a non-factoid, factoid type of questions are there. So you have to identify that. You have to identify all the documents, retrieve all the documents which contains the phrase or word Hillary Clinton. And from that documents you have to extract the answer, that who is she. This is the process, and this is your answer. Okay. There are some approaches. Now people are trying to develop a system which can answer any type of question. For that they are trying to create a knowledge base for, suppose you are going for some medical treatment, then you ask questions based on your conditions, that what type of medicine you can take and what type of treatment you require. Then you can feed or prepare the knowledge base to answer such kind of questions. Now people started trying to develop such kind of knowledge base to answer such kind of questions. Means their aim is to develop an automatic system for medical process, elementary medical process. They just refine they refine the patient in initial stage of diagnosis, so that they can provide perfect or mature diagnosis at the initial stage, because generally patient travels 2-3 times, and after that doctor decides, oh, you have to refer to, we should refer to you to this department and that department, to reduce such kind of things before attending the clinic. They are trying to develop such kind of systems. Just you have to write your problems. Well, I have this problem, I have this problem. Their question answering system will answer your problems, and if you are not satisfied, then based on your recommendation, they will filter you and directly provide the mature type of treatment. No, online doctors generally first you have to take appointment, and then that time you have to write questions. And suppose there is only one doctor and 100 patients log into that system and started asking questions, then what will happen? Only computer can answer in that case, because a single person cannot answer all 100 patients at a time. So main aim of question answering system in medical domain is to filter the candidate to provide specialized treatment and to reduce the time. So for that they are preparing different types of knowledge base. How to develop the rapid knowledge formation, means what type of knowledge, what should be the architecture of knowledge, so that you can get the rapid information. You already know the, just slightly different from this topic, you already know the entity relationship or relational database that you generally use with Oracle or SQL Server, MySQL type of things. Do you know graph database? Actually, now people have started doing research in graph database. They think that suppose you have to identify something which have very less relations between them, and if you store such kind of data through relational database by using primary key foreign key relations, then it will take 2-3 days time to and there will be several table to table transition. Okay, this is primary key, this is foreign key, check here. Okay, again this is foreign key, this is again primary key, again check here, like that. To reduce such kind of gap, they produced a graph database where they use the node and edge type of relations, community and different structures to fast and effective retrieval of information. This is also a part of knowledge representation or knowledge management. I am just discussing about for knowledge purpose. Now different approaches. Now how means now I am going to discuss about different approaches to achieve the question answering system, to retrieve the answer, how to retrieve. The first, for example, I have a question like, what is the largest city in England? Okay. Now, what may be the different ways to answer this question? you should assume that you have favored documents, very less number of favored documents with you. Now the first approach is text match. Just check the matching, that largest city in England. Check the sentence which contains this matching word, largest city in England, and retrieve the answer. Most simple way, but it is not useful every time, because several times your question may not be directly related to answer. Second is superlative search. Superlative search means sort all the cities of England in descending order of their size, the descending order of their population, and select the best one. And to get the information about population of each city, you can apply the text mining task. This is a superlative kind of information filtering for any given question. Third is by using heuristic. London is capital of England, so it may be the largest city, but it is not guaranteed. So you can use such kind of heuristic. Means suppose you don't know the answer. Suppose you are in examination, you have answer sheet, means you have a document which may contain answer, means you can see some, assume that you have a book and you have question paper, but you don't know the subject. How many ways you can think? This is like that. Suppose you are in examination hall, you don't know that subject, you have question paper and book, then these are the ways you can answer that questions. Next is complex interface. For example, Birmingham is the England's second largest city, Paris is larger than Birmingham, London is larger than Paris, and London is England. So maybe you know the inference rule, A tends to B, B tends to C, then A tends to C. They are applying such kind of inference rule to answer the questions. So these are the general trick that we can apply if we don't know subject and we are in examination hall to answer any question with book. Now some problem statements related to answering the questions. These are all automated techniques that you can achieve by using very simple data structure. Means even if you know the linked list, stack, queue, tree, this is enough, or dictionary, hashing, then you can develop such systems. Now the main statements are, what source of information are useful for finding answers? How do we obtain and represent useful information? How do we combine multiple information sources in making unified decisions? Now come through some complex questions. So some approaches like early track system. Actually track system is recognized, is very recognized contest. So generally people trust on the paper of track participants because they provide unknown and unseen data. Generally if you do research, then first you download the data set and then develop the system. If you think that your system is not working properly, okay, then tune this part, tune that part, okay, then result is good, now publish the paper. But with such kind of contest, the problem is first you have to develop the system based on early data set, but they will say that their new release will not be similar to that, and after that suddenly they will provide data set for 4-5 days and huge amount of document that you cannot read, and then run your system and provide the answer. That's why the system or papers of track or tag and cliff are companies or other people trust on such papers. because they tested their system on unknown and unseen data set. Means there is no problem of any tuning of algorithm or anything. Means their algorithm is robust. So early track system focus on exploring the surface text information by either handcraft patterns or automatically acquiring surface text patterns. Manually constructed surface text patterns usually give good precision but poor recall. Now here the word is used like handcraft patterns and surface text patterns. So what is handcraft pattern and surface text patterns? Suppose consider that this is a question, then what will be the surface text pattern? Here just identify that which part of the question says very useful information, like source of information. These are surface patterns. Got it? If you are able to identify such kind of patterns in question, then the complexity of your task will be reduced and you can achieve better quality answer. Now the second part is, one solution to this problem is combine the patterns with other statistical method. For example, some work already published, like first extracted a set of patterns using some approach described. They use the minimum maximum entropy classifier to learn the appropriate weight of these patterns. Now you have to identify the statistical significance of those patterns. Next step, first you have to identify the patterns. Next stage, you have to identify the statistical significance, means this pattern should come earlier and after that this pattern should come and after that this pattern should come. Another thing is density of pattern. Suppose you have 4 documents and you identified that some 2 to 3 sentences are there, pair of sentences which contain such patterns, but densities are different. So you will select the sentence pair which contains the highest density of those patterns. Then chances of correctness of answer will be very high. Now the next part is another problem as discussed, like surface patterns cannot capture long distance dependencies. The problem can be addressed by recovering syntactic structure in the answer sentences. For example, suppose questions, there may be some questions for which the patterns are not enough to answer the entire questions. Means question is a just event and there are some cows behind that event which are useful for that answer. In that case, if you depend upon particular events or patterns which captures the event, then it is very tough to get the answer. That's why they said that you have to identify some syntactic type of relations between the patterns. So earlier I started with very simple technique and now gradually I am going to some depth. Means based on the latest research, they discovered that no, this may be better. After that they discovered no, this may be more better, like that. So this is the next step. Now the named entity based approach. There are a lot of approaches developed for question answering systems. I am just discussing in very brief about these approaches. So you know what is named entity? Because for text mining, even for text, actually this is a terminology from natural language processing, but highly useful for text mining task also. In a lot of research paper you will find that named entity, they used Stanford named entity recognizer to identify the named entity from this task, and after that they apply clustering algorithm. or classification. You may read such kind of statements. So what is named entity?